There are different type of reports are coming from here and there. What my request will be that we should believe what the government sources are telling us. I can imagine because when this fight took place at night, midnight, it was a very thin line, thin ridge line. I know slightly that area, so I can see what must happen. And at that time, people must have started going right, left, and center. And the valley is very narrow, Galwan Valley. Maybe it is possible that some people have gone down into the river in the water or crevices. 20 got confirmed, and there are reports that 4 more may be there. Now imagine a person who gets into water even for half an hour, for 45 minutes at sub-zero temperature where there is no oxygen. What will be his condition? And even if he is alive that time, it is quite likely that the body may react to it. So therefore, we can pray, we can hope that those who are not well, those who are in a critical condition, they survive. However, the point which is important to us, I will make 3 points. Firstly, never trust the Chinese leadership and the PLA. The Indian team which went to talk to them in the evening, and when they were discussing, where was the need for Chinese PLA, whatever number were there, to start using stones, iron rods and so on. There are 2 things. Either the top leadership or the top army leadership of PLA did not instruct, did not tell the PLA that we have spoken, our commanders have spoken on 6th of June. So there was a communication gap. Secondly, it is quite likely that there is a lack of leadership. There is a lack of leadership in the PLA at the ground level. These are the 2 things. Otherwise, what provoked them to use force against the Indian soldiers and Indian team which had gone for de-escalation of the crisis? My third request is, from the long-term point of view, both Mr. Xi Jinping and our Honorable Prime Minister since 2014 have met each other for 18 times. And after Xi Jinping came into power, this is the 7th assault on India's soil, on Indian people by the PLA. So therefore, my understanding is, and the PLA gets all the direction from Mr. Xi Jinping, who is supposed to be the chairman of the Central Military Commission. The area in which Ladakh, Himachal, Uttarakhand and Arunachal Pradesh comes, it is under the Western Theatre Command of the Chinese Army. And the Western Theatre Commander is in link one-to-one with the President of China being the Supreme Commander. So there is a link somewhere in between. On one hand, the Chinese claim that we are discussing, we are talking to your Prime Minister, we are talking to this, we are having meeting, we are coming to Ahmedabad, somebody is going to Mahabalipuram, it's all right. What lesson the Indian Army should say? Don't take these things too seriously. You be prepared. Let people meet, let people do what they want to do. You be prepared for a conflict. You be prepared for a war. Because if you are not prepared for a conflict, if you are not prepared for a war, this is what will happen. You will get into a war-like situation when you don't even expect anything. So let anybody meet anybody. Let there be diplomatic talk. Let there be anything happening. But the army should never take PLA for granted. And particularly when on 6th of June, the Corps Commander of Indian Army's 14 Corps, Lieutenant General Harinder Singh, met his counterpart, and there was agreement to de-escalate. There was also agreement to go back. Even there was the agreement or understanding the Chinese will go back to post number 1. If that was so, why were they allowed to be at post number 5 or 14? Why were they not told to start moving around? So what Chinese do, they will come 10 kilometers into Indian territory, and when you discuss, when there is agreement, they'll say, all right, we'll go back 6 kilometers. But without telling us, or without taking, they already occupied your 4 kilometers. 10 kilometers they came initially, you discussed, you agreed for pullback, they went back 6 kilometers and they continue to hold those 4 kilometers. If you see the type of ingress made by China into Ladakh in last 12 years, it is mind-boggling. It is mind-boggling. And for some reason, the previous government, I am not talking about politics, I am not talking about the political parties who were there, but the fact remains, Chinese kept on building up when the previous government was in power. And they got used to it, that when we make a deeper ingress, government of India will not take any strong action. They will not tell the army to retaliate. One of the foreign ministers then had the cheeks to say that there is a small little mole on our hand, we'll put some ointment, some cream and things will be over. For an intrusion of the People's Liberation Army into Indian territory, you are calling, हम उस पर मलहम लगा देंगे, वो फोड़ा ठीक हो जाएगा. जब ये मानसिकता बनती है, it's a very dangerous thing. Second thing, the Prime Minister then, he also mentioned, oh, this is a localized affair, it will get resolved at local level. See what has happened today? Both the armies of both the countries almost are on the war front, and slight miscalculation here and there can create further problem. And therefore, as a student of warfare, having served in the army for 4 decades, having dealt with China right when I was 20 years young or 21 years young, till I retired from the army on number of occasions, I am recommending once again, please, for heaven's sake, for God's sake, and for your own sake, don't ever trust Chinese army and Chinese leadership. My appeal to the leadership of India, irrespective of which party you belong, don't trust the Chinese. You keep discussing, but don't trust, for God's sake. They have betrayed us. They have betrayed us from 1959, 62, again in Nathula, again in Ladakh, and again now in 2020. Have we seen a period of peace? I don't think. So therefore, there is no option for the Indian Armed Forces, Army, Navy, Air Force. The Navy should never think, oh, this conflict is going on in Ladakh. No, tomorrow Chinese will play mischief in states of Malacca. They can do it in Sumatra. They can do it near Indonesia. They can do it in Andaman Nicobar. Anything is possible. So a time has come for India to keep our ears and eyes open. Don't trust these people.
The commanding officers from both the sides have killed. So how will both the countries will manage to manage the Indian forces and the Chinese forces? So is India should also be prepared in other parts of the border like Sikkim or?
Yes, of course. You mentioned about commanding officer. In India, an Indian army, commanding officer is treated like a god. He is just like a god for his troops who are serving under him. And even a scratch on his body, oh, they will retaliate. They will not leave than somebody else. And this is what must have happened when the CEO of the Bihar regiment, when he was thrown down or he was hit by the stone, the troops have retaliated. They must have used it. And I don't think they're thinking wrong. Similarly, in Indian Army, we treat our chief of the army as a god. He is the final word. He is the final word. Officers till the rank of colonels and even above treat the chief of Indian Army as a god. If something happens to him, we won't leave anybody. Something means anybody trying to take liberty with him. Similarly, the officers from the Navy, Air Force or men, they take their chief as a god. Now that the commanding officer decide we lost our own commanding officer, and as reports are coming, even the Chinese have lost. I am sure they must have lost some officers also. So therefore, we should expect the retaliation now, not only in Ladakh, they can create problem in Sikkim area. I don't want to name the location, particularly in northern Sikkim, where the Nakula incident took place. They can create problem for us in central Arunachal Pradesh. There are two very sensitive areas. One is Safila and the second is Longju. I have been the co-commander, so I know every square kilometer of the entire Arunachal Pradesh backward. Third possibility of clash in PLA and Indian Army will be, not can be, it will be in the area of Fishtail. There are two passes, Glai Dakru and Dudakru. In that area, the Chinese will make ingress. So now it is correct for Indian Army to be alert all along the border. Don't take things for granted and don't trust the Chinese. Also the state governments in whose territory the India-Tibet border is there, Arunachal Pradesh, Himachal Pradesh, Sikkim, all these state governments should be equally careful. Their people should be careful. Don't say, oh, ye Fauj ka kaam hai. But you are the first stakeholder in that part. So we all should now unite and fight against this menace. Show them their own place.